Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dwayne Kimball, United States Army veteran and retired VA rating specialist. In today's video, I am going to discuss the 120,000 cases that the VA lost. And I'm going to explain to you as a former VA rater that this is not the first time that something like this has happened. But last, I am going to explain to you, the veteran, how to ensure your claim doesn't get lost on va.gov. Make sure you stick around. Okay, before we get into today's video, make sure you go out to my website, pick up my new book, VA Claims Success. So today's video, the VA loses 120,000 or over 120,000 cases due to a glitch in the system. But one thing I want you to take away from this video, I'm going to explain what can you, yes, you the veteran, do to ensure your claim does not get lost. So let's go ahead and get into it. Slide number one. Here in slide number one, this is an article that I found, and it's talking about the 120,000 cases that the VA has lost. Total number of VA claims lost in online system tops 120,000. What they have highlighted down below, Veterans Affairs leaders on Monday acknowledged that more than 120,000 veterans who attempted to use the department online platforms to file for benefits in recent years were stonewalled by technical problems, a total nearly 35% larger than previously reported. So what they're telling you right there, in a nutshell, this is not the first time that they had issues with this online system. Okay, let's keep it going. Slide number two. Here in slide number two, one of the representatives states mistakes are bound to happen. The chairman panel on technology during a hearing on the topic on Monday. So this article is not recent, like in the last week or whatever, but it's unacceptable that some of these errors persisted for years before anyone discovered them. Now, I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, so make sure you continue to watch. In late August, VA officials announced that roughly 32,000 disability claims had been lost in the va.gov computer system for several months or years. Months or years. 2 weeks later, department leaders found, I'm just blown away by this. 2 weeks later, department leaders found 57,000 more lost cases, most involving veterans who tried to add or remove dependents on existing disability claims. Okay. Now, the last paragraph. On Monday, Veterans Affairs Chief Information Officer said that further reviews have found about 81,000 dependency claims misdirected within the computer system, as well as several thousand other cases in other categories. So the VA has a problem, but like I stated earlier, this is not the first time that this happened. Okay. As a former rater that trained by the VA and rated for the VA, when I first started rating, there was paper files. Okay. They had an electronic system. I can't remember what it was called, where veterans could go online and file a claim. Okay. But everything was paper. All right. Now, how did those claims get lost? Well, when paper comes in, you got a regional office, especially the one I worked at that was huge. They might get anywhere between, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 pieces of mail daily. Okay. So they had to make it into veterans' files. Okay. Because nothing was electronic. Sometimes those claims would get misplaced and put in other veterans' files. I've seen it. I'm reviewing the case, and I'm like, wait a minute. This veteran's like 25 years old. Here's a DD-214 in here showing that he served in Vietnam. It was the wrong veteran's DD-214. Same thing with the claim form, prescribed claim forms, okay? It happened. The VA transitioned to electronic files, VBMSR, guess what? Still waiting for the VA, going through the veteran's claims. Somebody put a claim form or some evidence in the incorrect file, okay? It happens, but all is not lost, okay? Now, if you have a VSO or a lawyer, this may be hard for you to do, but you can still do it. How do you prevent your claim from getting lost in the VA's electronic system, okay? Now, when you file that claim, when you fill out that 526EZ, I have a video on my website where I'm talking about using the quick submit link, direct upload, okay? When you complete, let's just say it's a VA form 21-526EZ or 0995, 0996, whatever, all right? You complete that form. You scan in all your evidence as a PDF file, and you go and you upload that claim. Now you're uploading it to the same system that lost the files. You can also turn around and mail it in, okay? But it's still going to an electronic file. Let's say you do it both ways. You go to quick submit, you upload it, and you mail it in, your claim still gets lost. Don't need to worry. If you're a veteran that's proactive, you kept a copy of everything that you sent the VA. And you kept a copy of the acknowledgement, if you received the email, an acknowledgement that you sent it in. Now, if you mail it in, go ahead and spend the extra bucks, get a certified return receipt. Now you have something, okay? So if something down the road happens and they say, hey, we lost your claim, don't worry about it. I have the certified receipt showing that it went to the intake center. I have an email verification showing that I uploaded it. And here's the evidence that I submitted, and they have to honor that. That's why it's important to keep everything that you send the VA and that the VA sends you. That way, if the claim gets lost in the system, whatever, or they have a glitch, don't worry about it. I'm covered. Now, how can you verify this? All right? Once a month, when you file that claim, whether you mail it in or upload it electronically, 2-3 weeks later, if you don't get a call to come in for a CMP exam, or if you submit a DBQ or whatever, call 800-827-1000 and say, hey, I'm calling to verify that I have an active EP. EP stands for end product. Every time you file a claim, they have to associate an EP, 020, 110, I don't know what EP numbers they use, but that means that you have an active claim. Second question, hey, can you verify that my 526 dated this date was received? Yes, we got it. And you can do that once a month, because when you call that 800-827-1000 number, and you ask those two questions, and they say, hey, we don't have an EP, there's no active claim. Oh, wait a minute. You can resubmit it with the proof that you originally submitted. So again, if you mailed it in, certified return receipt, showing that somebody signed for it at the intake center. If you do quick submit, direct upload, you should get email or something verifying that you just uploaded some documentation, okay? Now, I stated earlier, if you have a VSO lawyer, this may be a little bit hard for you, because if you have representation, those individuals are submitting that paperwork for you. And this is one of the cons. I don't want to say cons like negative. One of the negatives of having a VSO and a lawyer, they submit the paperwork. You don't have anything. You don't have any paperwork. And from what I'm hearing from veterans, they'll call the law firm, they'll call the VSO, nobody's picking up the phone. So if you happen to call in and they're like, oh, we don't have a claim for you, and then you can't get a hold of VSO or the law firm that supposedly submitted that claim and representing you, now you have a problem. Our clients, they submit their own claim. We don't submit anything for them. They do it, okay? So that way you have a paper trail, and if your claim gets lost, you're not dealing with a lot of red tape, maybe a little bit of extra work on your part to submit everything that you previously submitted, but you have a copy of it. And most importantly, you have that confirmation. So with that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and don't forget to share this video with your fellow veterans. Thank you.